Check, check, check. Check, check, check. How we doing, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Yeah, Truth Social is down. I was trying to get access to his post. I was trying to get the post up, and no wonder. So here it is, though. Everybody check in, check in. Breaking news. Breaking news. Trump posted, we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I'm late. I'm here. I'm late by a couple minutes. No such thing as late. Audio. Is it quiet? I have the audio reverb. You have audio reverb? Hello, hello. You guys have audio issues? Everything good? How's it sound? We are having issues on my gaming channel with it too. Presser at 10 Eastern. Okay, I sound fine to you. Perfect. We got a press conference coming up. A little late, but okay. Ain't no late. You mean a little late. Alright, sounds good. Like what, by 10 minutes? I'm sorry. Well, you're late by 10 minutes. What the heck is that? As I've long maintained, this is the correct move by POTUS. Volume is too low. Is my volume low? You count on me. Yep, and we're here now. We're in it. You were looking for me. Perfect. I'm glad. We're here now. We're here now. Let me make sure. We might have some protests to cover too. It's good. Okay, sound is good. All right. All right, perfect. So, U.S. Senator John Fetterman posted, I've long maintained this is the correct move by POTUS. Iran is the world's leading sponsor of terrorism. We cannot have nuclear capabilities. I'm grateful for it and salute the finest military in the world. So, we got Fetterman cheering on the updates, or the strikes inside of Iran as Donald Trump posted an update to his Truth Social. And Truth Social is down right now. Lindsey Graham. Good. This was the right call. The regime deserves it. Well done, President Trump. To my fellow citizens, we have the best Air Force in the world. It makes me so proud. Fly, fight, and win. So you got John Fetterman and Lindsey Graham in agreement there. Yeah, Harry Sisson post, of course. Marco Rubio. We've completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. And again, here's the post if you haven't seen it yet. If you guys haven't seen it yet, shout out to the mods, W moderators. They helped me. We had a bunch come into the gaming stream and tell me to come over here. So we are going to have a press conference, it seems, to hear more about this. As the U.S. has strike, there's the targets right there on the screen. Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. Okay, Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. Big W to mods. Thank you to everybody. You clicked on your huge TV and the link you were reading popped up. What? Perfect. I'm glad. The moves were the writing was on the wall when he was moving the carriers and our Navy into the waters. I mean, this was we were leading up to this all week. The United States has now entered war with Iran, according to New York Times. We are at war with Iran now. Well done, says Nikki Haley. Wow. Wow. Incredible. Thomas Massey's against it. Thomas Massey, he's against the strikes, not constitutional. He'd be right. Here we go, chat. You guys ready for born? If you weren't born in time for a Middle Eastern war, here you go. You get one now. Initial reports from Yanet of a possible ground assault ongoing against guards at Fordo Fuel Enrichment Plant. That was 3 hours ago. The president will make an address to the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tune in. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy. Okay, so 10 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have a press conference to wait for everybody. As you guys are checking in, welcome, welcome. Going to give you guys all the information that we can. Let's pull up flight radar. Could you see the bombers on flight radar? Now do I want to go to protests? I don't. We've been showing them. Aircraft unavailable. United Department of State. They're flying. Where are they flying to? Flying somewhere in Jordan. That's a United States Department of State plane over the West Bank. So you're gonna have Marco Rubio's. That's probably Marco Rubio there. There were 2 formations of tankers yesterday. We have seen tankers roll through. Well, that's a U.S. Department of State plane right there, just over the West Bank of Israel. And we also got the Tel Aviv live feed in case Iran's going to be striking back or whatever happens. The U.S. has completed strikes in Iran. Pete Hegseth post. Secretary of Defense. So it's going out from everybody. Who will retaliate in case Iran does? We have Tel Aviv feed up, which we've been seeing here. Let's see what daily Iran military has to say, and the IDF. Okay, graphic content. My bad. They used to have a warning label, and now they don't. Pull up the IDF. They haven't posted in 5 hours. IDF struck F-14 fighter jets belonging to the Iranian armed forces in central Iran. So they haven't posted in a few hours yet. See what CNN had posted. U.S. has struck 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. U.S. President Donald Trump said on social media on Saturday evening, which I'm still trying to get the website up. Everyone's trying to get onto this thing. Prediction on whether or not Trump will be impeached or removed for this? It depends on if the Democrats win a midterm. This was days ago. Let's see if I can get to his actual account. It's no truths today. There's a truth. We'll have to wait for it to load because so many other people are trying to load onto the website. Might want to take the VOD down the VOD. What VOD? I don't know. What are you talking about? Trump to deliver national addresses on Iranian airstrikes. President Trump announced he will deliver an address to the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday from the White House following what he called very successful military operation targeting nuclear sites. I'll be giving an address to the nation at 10 p.m. at the White House regarding a very successful military operation in Iran. I wish I could see his truths. I don't know if they were cross-posted to X. This website's so bad. Not a good website. Let's go over to see if he's posted on X. Yeah, he just reposted this truth that he posted on his Truth Social over to X. But I haven't seen the latest yet because there you go. All right, here they are, right from the source. He posted twice because his website's doesn't work. He goes, I'll be giving an address to the nation at 10 p.m. at the White House regarding our very successful military operation in Iran. This is a historic moment for the United States of America, Israel, and the world. Iran must now agree to end this war. Thank you. Chat. What the heck? There was 36 minutes ago. We have completed a very successful attack. I've read it a couple times now, but there it is, right from the source. So you know I'm not just taking random clips from other people that are posting on it. This is his website. This is his posts. This is where you find Trump posts. Fordo is gone. Open source intel. Let's see if we have any images of that. See if we can get any images and sourcing. Also, guys, please feel free if you have any imagery you're coming up with. I know a lot of you guys are monitoring the situation. Okay. So if you're monitoring the situation, join the Discord. Link is in the description. I'm opening it right now. And you guys can pop in any OSINT you come across. That might be faster than what I'm able to come up with while I'm streaming here. I'll get you guys all that information. Stand by. Everything you're asking for, we'll be able to try to find and likely have more information maybe when we hear the press conference later. Okay, let me pull open. Okay, I have Israel. It's going to go under the Israel war section. XAJJ Killers is in there posting. Thank you. Stuff like this is perfect. So those are the 3 strikes. Is this on the Zophar app? So you got mod XAJJ Killers in there posting. It has begun. Yep. So people are already on top of it. So if you have any images or video that you would like to pop up, feel free to share it into there. Let's go to Preston Stewart. What do we got here? It's on the 18th. Striking rapidly high-value targets in western Iran. All eyes on U.S. bases in the region for Iranian missiles, drones, and militias, etc. Might as well pop open the Zophar app, huh? Get that open. Any incoming, we'll hear any drones or any aircraft that'll be entering, you know, Israeli airspace at least. Thank you, James Copeland, that said TDSS is wild. Chad is staring at his belly. Wake up. And you're probably gonna have a lot of different chats about it, but like, you know, you're gonna have people that are gonna cheer this on, and you're gonna have a lot of people that are against it because it just enters us into another Middle Eastern war. Shout out to any vets I have in the chat. I served. Any vets we got in the chat, shout out to you as well that spent time in the Middle East. Significant change to what we have seen over the last week. Flight trackers are currently not showing any U.S. military aircraft operating over the Middle East. Gone dark. Getting ready. I mean, we kind of called it, right? If you've been watching, like I streamed a few days last week, Monday through Wednesday. Took Thursday off, streamed yesterday. And I'd given some analysis that said, hey, I don't know if we're going to do a full-on, you know, ground invasion of Iran. That would be kind of not really in the cards, but would be in the cards if they do, would be striking these bases, these uranium enrichment facilities that Iran has that we say that they have, or based on Israeli intelligence. And this Fordo uranium enrichment plant is a well-known Iranian uranium enrichment site, along with Natanz and Escalations. So the thought is to blow these up, and then Iran won't have a nuclear capabilities. Okay, so we'll see how that all plays out. So that's what happened, but that was the thought behind these strikes. But as we've learned in the past, try to do something quick in the Middle East, it never ends up quick, huh? That's where I'm at with it. It's like, will this destroy Iranians' nuclear capabilities? Maybe. If so, yeah, but it's at what cost? You know, at what cost? To hopefully not drag the United States into another, you know, decades-long war. I don't think the majority would really be for that. I don't think you'd find the majority of the United States to be down for another 20 years in the Middle East. We've done that a few times now, haven't we? Yeah. I'm just taking it from a perspective of I don't want to go another 20 years in the Middle East. And, you know, Donald Trump ran, he ran on ending wars and, being being a peacemaker, but it's like you're kind of, I mean, doesn't it feel a little 1984? You know, it's like, well, you know, you have to do the preemptive strikes to get the peace, but it's like, I don't know if that's how this is working right now. It's like Israel struck Iran, and then obviously it's been going back and forth, and now Israel and Iran are in a war. That's been happening for the past week, a little over a week, and we've been waiting now to see if the U.S. was going to get involved, and it seems today is that day. So, just to catch you guys up, if you're waiting for further, so are we. We're monitoring the situation. We're all going to monitor it together. And this is the update, as you guys can see on your screen. You got 3 successful attacks on nuclear sites in Iran. Our U.S. base is under attack. We're tracking it. You think Iran will retaliate? We'll see. If they retaliate on the U.S., it'll be on our bases in Iraq and Jordan with drones. It'll likely be like drone swarms. They have missile capabilities. But honestly, they've been attacking bases. If you've been actually paying attention to this region, I know people come and go. I don't even pay attention that well. I do recommend Preston Stewart and others that like talk about the Middle East all the time, but our bases get attacked all the time. It's like, and that hasn't stopped. You know, it's a regular thing. It's not like we just have bases there and it's chill. Our bases are hit often. So that is a possibility. Obviously, a retaliation to Tel Aviv is a possibility. Iran's been sending multiple ballistic missile and drone waves at Tel Aviv, and we've been watching it on stream this week, variously. So, or it could be a combined response both at the U.S. bases and at Tel Aviv. You know, we gotta wait and see here. And as we've learned, I think that every time we try to go in to the Middle East quick, do a lightning strike of just blowing up whatever, it hasn't resulted in anything good. So I hope for the best in this situation. I hope that the United States does not get dragged into a 20-year war. But we're at war with Iran tonight, as of tonight. And that's where we're at with it. So I'll just try to give you guys all the postings as possible. Now you know my position on it, so there's no question. I'm not gonna be cheering shit on for like more war or anything like that. I'm gonna be pretty much against it. But we'll see how it plays out. If you know, this was really strikes on uranium enrichment sites, and Iran was minutes away from a nuclear bomb or whatever. Like, we've heard that a lot, haven't we? So you gotta wait for confirmation, I think, and we all gonna have to wait for that together. Old post. We have a new one now. We have the newest one he's given an address. We'll be watching that together. We'll be watching the address together. Residents of city near Fordo plant heard explosions. Iranian state media reports. Hegseth said it too. You still can't find any sources that are not based on Trump statements or very non-source stuff so far. Yeah, we're looking. We got Trump statements, and then we'll have to see what's actually happened. The Iranian posts have some pretty graphic imagery on there. There's some images coming in of Fordo allegedly here. This is all coming in now. So, well, according to open source intelligence, this is Fordo enrichment facility. At least what we're seeing online right now. Again, this is all open source. We're going to have to wait for a few photos, a few different sources to confirm everything we're looking at. But at least based on sources I've been trusting for the war in Ukraine for the past 3 years, this is some of the images that are coming in right now. And that, again, is allegedly the Fordo facility. Thank you, Lyric Lab podcast. I have the Tel Aviv feed audio in the background, so we're not in like complete and utter silence. So we'll keep those tweets up. Oh man, X is gonna crash. So yeah, that just happened. Yeah, we're at war with Iran now. Here's an idea of what it looks like from the Maxar technology. And this is why Israel was wanting the United States to join in the war, because we have bunker buster bombs that, even though Iran has that facility underneath, and it's like a 3D image here showing you through the like X-ray image of like where the facility is underneath the rock. underneath a mountain there, and that's why Israel needed the United States Air Force to use our bunker buster munitions on that, so we could actually reach everything underneath the mountainside there. And that is, again, what most of us expected was to happen, but obviously we'll see the fallout or the repercussions of it. There will be something. You know, we'll see if Iran is even capable of responding too. That's another possibility, right? I gave you what they could attack, like they could do, like attack our bases in Iraq and Jordan. They could strike Israel, or they could do nothing. I think their strikes on Israel specifically also have been dwindling over the week, at least. Maybe they haven't. I didn't check late last night. But every day throughout the week, there was like less and less from what Iran was able to strike back on Israel with. Multiple explosions filmed in Ashvaz in Iran on the BBC. That was 2 days ago. Can you instead of posting words, can we share links to stuff in the Discord if possible, or to the Twitch? It's one thing for me to read what you're saying. Is Facebook not working out too well? Let me try a new Facebook feed. Facebook is not working well. Try that again. Everything else working well for you guys? Can you guys see the feed well? It's been more than 24 hours since Iran sent a missile. Okay, so it has been dwindling down then, hasn't it? We didn't track it last night. I keep some images up for you guys there. Okay, let me go to the newswire. Iran must now agree to end this war. Israel was in full coordination with U.S. on Iran attack, Israeli official says. Keep that up for you for a second here. Try to get a new Facebook feed out. It just didn't work. APAC demanded it. You think? We have an Israel war section in the Discord, you guys. The Israel war section. If you guys want to share links into that, you can. Thank you for becoming a member, Cindy, and also Lyric Lab Podcast on the channel. Thank you. Hello, John on Twitch. Let me get the Facebook feed up. All right, let me see Facebook. Hopefully it's okay. It was glitching over there for a while. We could open up the BBC on here too, if you're seeing the explosions. I don't know if they're posting on here or where you guys are seeing, where you're seeing that. No, nothing from them here. World War III hit. Donald Trump has officially brought the United States into a new war. U.S. enters war with Iran. Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Headline news. Al Jazeera will have coverage too. We can't just like tune into their news station like live feed though. You know what I mean? If they're like programmed, if there's programming on TV or whatever, I can't just tune in. Explosion from Fordo, perfect. It's allegedly the explosion at Fordo here. What about the fallout? It's on YouTube. Can you share the link on Discord? Let me type in Fordo here. Potentially. New York Times reports that approximately 30 tons of explosives were used in the strike on the Fordo nuclear facility. 30 tons of explosives. Had to use our B2 for it. Tonight, the United States successfully performed spontaneous landscaping with the help of the Ridgeline re-engineering. There it is on there. Looks like state media. Let's go over to ASIN. Yep, Midas touch. U.S. enters war with Iran. Oh, boy. Exactly. That's what I was referring to a little earlier, chat, when I was talking about, hey, quick things, quick, fast things are usually not quick and fast. Can't believe we're retweeting Thomas Massey today. War won't be declared until they respond. What do you... Is that how it works? Trump is now bombing Iran. Here are multiple clips of Trump campaigning against endless wars.
These globalists want to squander all of America's strength, blood, and treasure, chasing monsters and phantoms overseas.
They have destroyed more than
In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling.
We're not just going to watch their feed.
Neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad.
We should have never gone into the Middle East. We should have never gone into the Middle East. Under my leadership, we will turn the page forever on those foolish, stupid days of never-ending wars.
We're rebuilding our military stronger than ever before, and we are not going to deplete it again on stupid, senseless, endless wars.
What happened to that guy? Who's that guy? I guess not. CNN brings on a guest to say he is impressed with Trump's use of deception and trickery. Oh my God, bro. CNN gone.
Kimit, I'm wondering what you make of this announcement by the president and the decision to act now.
Well, I'm fascinated, and candidly, I'm impressed. I never really could understand what the 2-week pause meant or what it was for. What was left to negotiate? What were we going to expect the Iranians to offer? In many ways, it was much like a Trump deal. I mean, he's trying to make a deal to buy an apartment, but all of a sudden the apartment was destroyed. So where's the negotiation? So I think the use of deception and trickery in this case, first of all, was successful, but second of all, saved the potential loss of American lives.
Trump struck Iran without any authorization of Congress. We need to immediately return to D.C. and vote on Thomas Massey and my war powers resolution to prevent America from being dragged into another endless Middle East war. That was from Ro Khanna. Oh boy, hot chat. Check into the stream if you guys haven't. Oops, let me turn off the ads. Thank you to the members of the channel that help it keep ad free. It's off now. It isn't endless, it just finished. Yeah, that's what people said about Iraq. CNN breaking news now.
Breaking news now is President Trump announcing on Truth Social that the U.S. has successfully bombed sites in Iran. I'm going to read you that post right now.
Which we've already read. Let's go back to Newswire, Raw's alerts. So you're going to have Thomas Massey fighting against Trump's decision to launch strikes, at least in the Congress. So that will continue. Let me see. U.S. strikes Iran. Nothing further on YouTube. We're all gonna have to wait for the presidential address, huh? We're all going to have to wait for the presidential address, which is, again, at 10 p.m. Eastern. So, like an hour and 15 minutes-ish from now. We'll give you guys all the information I can until then. U.S. Speaker Mike Johnson backs it, of course. U.S. Speaker Mike Johnson. The military operations in Iran should serve as a clear reminder to our adversaries and allies that President Trump means what he says. The president gave Iran's leader every opportunity to make a deal, but Iran refused to commit to a nuclear disarmament agreement. President Trump has been consistent and clear that a nuclear-armed Iran will not be tolerated. That posture has now been enforced with strength, precision, and clarity. The president's decisive action prevents the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, which chants death to America, from obtaining the most lethal weapon on the planet. This is America First policy in action. God bless our brave men and women in uniform, most lethal fighting force on the planet, as we pray for their safe return home. May God bless America. That's Speaker Johnson. Israel was in full coordination with the U.S., of course. That's what we got last. Wait, let's do a poll in the chat while we're waiting for further, and everybody's here. While we're waiting for further, do you support U.S. strikes on Iran? Do you support them? Asking the poll, asking the YouTube. Let's find out. I'll put it up on Twitch too. What do you got? It almost can't be, and this is the single greatest mistake and largest war the U.S. will ever have engaged with in history. If we're pulled into one, right now it's the strikes, nothing on ground forces or ground troops going in. But if that happens, yes, it'll be worse. It'll actually be worse than Iraq, I believe. It'll be worse, you guys. The loss of life will be incredible, all for nothing. I believe that is actually in the interest of Americans, guys. Nothing that'll be in the interest of our people, you know. 30 say yes, and 30, is it 30 or 30%? I wish I could actually see the numbers, you know, like of how many people specifically voted for each one. Fuck no, wanted to text it too, just in case. I see your message. I see your message. Welcome everybody for just tuning in. As you guys can see, the U.S. has entered the war with Iran. To give you a rundown again, Trump posted they had 3 successful attacks on nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. A full payload of bombs was dropped on their primary site, Fordo. All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to our great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Okay, that's a picture of the alleged strikes. Okay, there's a picture. Here's what it looks like through the satellite technology. That's the Fordo site. It's underneath a ridge line. It's underground, so that's why Israel needed the United States' bunker buster munitions to hit it. And then the official headline: U.S. enters war with Iran. 14% of 500 plus votes. How many? What's the number on that, mathematicians? My math experts, how many people would that be? It's more than that. It's like there's tunnels. Like it's more than this. It's more than just this. It's like there's tunnels and they have their rockets underneath here, just to show you. They actually, this Iran military site has a video or an image here. It's more than just that. What was the question? Do you support the U.S. strikes on Iran? That is the question. What the fuck? Sorry for screaming. It's okay. You can scream. What's the doomsday clock looking? We can take a look. Let's take a look. While we're waiting for further, guys. It's still 89 seconds. Nothing's changed. That's as of January 28th, so it hasn't been updated. Address to the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern, which would be 9 p.m. Central. We also have a live feed up of Tel Aviv. See if there's any potential retaliation from Iran to Tel Aviv. Okay. I'm scared. If I refresh this, I'm afraid, yeah. Now we're locked out again. So apparently he posted an American flag on his Truth Social, mirroring his 2020 post after Soleimani was taken out. Which I can't see because this website is not the best. I mean, what did you want calculated? No, it's fine. Chat already's doing it. How many votes out of the percentage support the strikes? Okay, so we got some good information with what the strikes look like afterwards. I haven't seen another video yet verifying that video we saw on Discord. Live updates. Is there non-live? Iranian FM Abbas Aragachi says Iran's nuclear program is peaceful and that his country remains open to diplomacy, but Israel's attacks must stop first. That was earlier before the strikes from the U.S. Preston Stewart posts, our troops in the Middle East are likely to come under fire in the coming days. Yep. I have no doubt they're on high alert and the best possible posture to defend themselves, but it would be shocking if Iran and or their proxies don't respond at all. Most likely a drone wave, rockets, and medium-range missiles. So this goes to one of my first analysis. If like the troops there's retaliation against our bases in the Middle East, that's obviously a strong potential. It likely will happen. Then also again retaliation to Tel Aviv and strikes on Tel Aviv specifically in Israel, or nothing, and we'll see, because a lot of Iran's proxies have been weakened over the past year from Israel. A lot of the Iranian proxy militias have been very weakened. The war has begun, says Iranian IRGC. The war has begun. The video is not Fordo. It's Shah Rahan refinery located here. It's okay. You don't need to do 5 days old footage. In situations like this, let's make sure it's current and right now. We can talk about things that have happened in another stream. 0% should support this. People do not remember Iraq? Apparently not. Apparently not, guys. I feel like it's a lot of people that are terminally online, and I'm terminally online, but even I remember how bad it is, right? Or I don't know. Whatever. I've stopped trying to like make sense of it a little bit, but it's just a lot of people that really don't use critical thinking, I think. America stands with Trump. Do you guys? Okay. Doesn't, I mean, how many, maybe I should have looked and see how many Americans voted in the poll versus everyone else. I really do not believe that maybe it could be hopium. It could be. I accept it could be. But I really believe that overwhelming majority in the U.S. would not stand with another Middle Eastern war. I really, like, if I'm wrong on that, then we are more cooked than I thought. Which is also a possibility. From Funker 530, the United States has confirmed that B-2 bombers took part in strikes on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, Fordo, Isfahan, and Natanz, as you guys can see. President Trump has stated all 3 planes are outside of Iran's airspace. Let's see what's in the airspace. We had Secretary of State plane over the West Bank a little earlier. Doesn't look like anything right now. Airspace is open. What do you guys think he's going to say at his Press briefing. Pisco calling to impeach Trump. Mark Dubowitz, explosions reported that Fardo could be first wave air defense suppression. IAF deciding not to wait. Okay, that was speculation. We'll have more information at his press conference. Did he? Yeah, he did this without congressional approval. Trump really doesn't give two shits about what Tucker Carlson thinks. Without Trump's rise to power, like Tucker Carlson was a major part of that. And his Fox News show.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. Our
Any reports of the SR-72 being involved yet? We're tracking the flight radar. And we'll also get more information in the coming hours here. As it goes. I've seen thumbs that Putin might join the war. He's trying to play peacemaker right now. Putin is trying to position himself as a peacemaker to take attention away from his invasion of Ukraine. And even Trump in the flagpole ceremony said, at least he said to the reporters that he talked to Vladimir on the phone, and he said, Vladimir, you got to worry about your own war. At least that's what Trump said. That's what Trump said he said. Oh my God. They said now is the time for peace, so don't even worry about retaliating. Oh boy. I wonder what Putler is saying now. Ways to play both sides. Figure out the chess move to make it hurt for both. Donald the Dove, that's crazy. Hodge twins aren't happy. The latest remix has dropped. God, this app. What the heck? So if you guys are just tuning in, you got 3 strikes on 3 bases in Iran. They're waiting for further. Waiting for further information. You got a press conference coming up. Let's see if Donald Trump's Truth Social is open yet. Do you think they will try to kill the Supreme Leader now? They've memed on it. I don't know. He said he'll make a decision in 2 weeks, and then it's 2 days later. We'll have to see what Iran does right away, and then people can make analysis based on how they're going to respond. You got the IRGC saying that it's war. So we'll see exactly what that means on Iran's side. Is that what it's going to be like tonight? Carried out successful strikes. Oh boy. Again, there's a photo from it. Put the comments where everybody's tuned in from tonight as we're tracking everything that's going on and monitoring the situation for you guys here. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Facebook, I hope the stream is working for you guys now. I'm sorry the first one did not. What up, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth? Put this one up on the screen here. We got New York City, California, Colorado, Sacramento. Also, guys, if there's any there's likely to be some protests popping up tonight. 3 a.m. in the Netherlands. St. Paul. What up, St. Paul? Good to have you. Do you think this gives China the green light for Taiwan? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. They've been I thought that they were waiting to see if Russia was successful in Ukraine or not. I'm not sure. It's hard to make sense of the Trump administration and their foreign policy. They don't. There's concepts, but there's nothing concrete to actually like follow. Start the fire and scream arson is the way this fascist operates. This is why federal courts are log jammed. He's putting the boot on the neck of Congress daily. Hello, Chicago. Hello. Good call out on China. Yeah, it could be possible. You also have Pakistan and India to pay attention to potential conflict flaring up here. Mercado, you don't matter one bit. Good thing I never asked to. I never asked to matter. I'm just here telling you guys what's going on. Here telling you guys what is all the deal with the latest strikes in Iran today. Merrick, the screenshot you're showing is taken from this video. It's been debunked. Okay. The screenshot, which screenshot? This one? So this one's been debunked here? Of the fire? Invader Chaos in Discord said one of it's been debunked already. That is also a potential possibility. A lot of information that comes in is going to be fact check. Yes, okay. Not Fordo. Okay, fact check that image, and it is not Fordo. I'm guessing neither is that video we saw earlier then. Just turned 41 in the Middle East war was dumb as fuck, so get ready, kids. Nope. He's been saying this for 20 years, guys. Run the tapes. I support independent thought, though I troll this audience. I'm not going to allow you to troll my audience, though. So that's the thing. Like, you can say what you want, but if you're purposely here to troll my chat, like, I'm not going to keep you here. That's not going to fly. That's Eshafan? So the one we saw was Eshafan based, not... Okay. Okay. See if we get any images of it. So a lot of these videos that could be coming in, then we gotta fact check them. Photos showing up on NASA firms. Confirming it's on fire. We'll keep that image up. We'll keep that one going. Fordo is 30 kilometers away from Com. We're not getting anything from it yet. Okay, so we won't have any confirmation from Fordo or any images from Fordo anytime soon. We do have NASA firms. Got one square of NASA firms over Fordo. Similar to what we used for the wildfires in California to track the heat signatures from the fire. Nothing over Iraq, Syria, and Jordan for aircraft right now. We'll keep that up over here too. Let's get live updates here coming in, the latest. It's Groundhog Day again. It is. So Iran had evacuated nuclear sites reportedly struck by U.S. some time ago, state media director says. Wow. Iran had evacuated the 3 nuclear sites the U.S. says it struck some time ago, according to the news director of Iranian state media IRIB. Iran's semi-official Mehr news agency reported. Iranian media has reported U.S. President Donald Trump's announcement that the U.S. attacked Iran's nuclear sites on Sunday morning local time. So Iran saying that they evacuated the sites first. Well, they were. I mean, of course they were warned. Everyone was warned. The whole world knew. The whole world was waiting on the U.S. to do something to Iran. Let's go to Bernie. Put in the chat what you guys think of this and this information coming in. Also share the stream, like the stream. Oh, so Bernie heard about it at his rally in Oklahoma.
This is a statement from Donald Trump, quote, "We have completed our very successful attack on the 3 nuclear sites in Iran," etc. I agree. And I want to tell you something. Not only is this news that I've just heard this second alarming, that all of you have just heard, but it is so grossly unconstitutional. All of you know that the only entity that can take this country to war is the U.S. Congress. The president does not have the right.
So that was at Bernie's rally, doing a fight oligarchy tour. Found out about the strikes mid speech. It looks like. What do you got here, DeHammer? Oh man, we use this map in Baltimore, and now I wouldn't know how to set it up to look at the vessels. Oops. I don't have an account. Oops. Okay. President Stewart posts, several explosions were heard simultaneously in Natanz and Isfahan. We witnessed attacks near the Isfahan and Natanz nuclear facilities, said Akbar Saleh, deputy security officer of the governor of Isfahan, as reported in Mehr News. As reported. Ick. Tulsi posted this in 2019.
President Trump says that he doesn't want war with Iran, but that's exactly what he wants, because that's exactly what Saudi Arabia, Netanyahu, Al-Qaeda, Bolton, Haley, and other neocons and neolibs want. That's what he puts first, not America.
You are a great journalist. Keep up the work. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate the support on that. Thank you so much. Hannity spoke to the president, guys. Don't worry, Sean Hannity's got us some info. Oh my God. It appears the United States just completely obliterated Iran's top secret nuclear facility with 6 huge bunker busters. 2 other nuclear sites are wiped out with 30 Tomahawk missiles launched by submarines.
And welcome to Hannity. We begin tonight with this Fox News alert. I just spoke to the President of the United States. I have some new information and breaking details to share about tonight's what is historic air campaign. Now, tonight, Iran's nuclear ambitions, they are officially dead. It appears the United States just completely obliterated Iran's top secret Fordow nuclear facility with 6 huge bunker buster bombs. It was originally speculated that you would only need 2. It turns out they used 5 to 6, dropped from America's stealth B-2 bombers. And that's not all. 2 other major Iranian nuclear sites, Natanz and Esfahan, were wiped out with 30 Tomahawk missiles launched by American submarines some 400 miles away. Everyone is out of harm's way for now. That does not mean that American assets in the region are not at risk.
So Sean Hannity at Fox News getting inside scoops from the president. As he has a press conference in like 45 minutes, apparently. He'll be late. It'll be late. Just like that, the No New Wars people are you? Reject this. If you find yourself in that, you reject it. If you so much for No New Wars, literally. Now's your chance. This is you have a little window to denounce it and then denounce it and not play around. Okay, so that's from Bernie. Barack Obama, we do not need 4 more years of chaos. I agree. Let's get Trump back in so we can have peace in Ukraine, Israel, and the Middle East. We're looking, Laszlo. We're combing the internet for everything right now. This is not what I voted for. Yes, it is. Oh, that part of Fordo isn't actually underground? I thought it was like a... Oh, that part's underground. Now it makes sense. And they have their rocket... They did. They had their rockets lined up in there. That's what it looked like. If it's gone, for sure. We need confirmation and pictures. We don't have any yet. You saw someone post a video on Twitter of that explosion. You gotta make sure it's verified, though. People are gonna be posting Arma videos tonight, you guys. Okay? There's gonna be a lot of Arma 3 footage showing a B-2 bombing something. And people will say, wow, look at the footage. Yep. So just be careful. This was an amazing, successful night. I have echo? What echo is happening? Is there echo? Chat, you guys hearing me echo on the mic? No. Okay, someone's clowning. Thank you. All right, cool. Okay, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So we've seen some postings of people that are for it, and now you heard Bernie, and there's a few other Congress people that'll be against it. So here's a statement from Rashida Tlaib. Excuse me. President Trump is sending U.S. troops to bomb Iran without consent of Congress is a blatant violation of our Constitution. President Trump sending U.S. troops to bomb Iran without the consent of Congress is a blatant violation of our Constitution. The American people do not want another forever war. We have seen where decades of endless war in the Middle East gets us, all based on the lie of weapons of mass destruction. We're not falling for it again. Instead of listening to the American people, Trump is listening to war criminal Netanyahu, who lied about Iraq and is lying once again about Iran. Congress must act immediately to exert its war powers and stop this unconstitutional act of war. We might see a big battle between the Congress and Trump now. And you're going to have like Thomas Massey, who probably is going to have his MAGA card revoked here soon. But you're going to probably have MAGA that'll be, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. We'll see if she's about all of her shit, right? Because she's supposed to be this America First super trooper patriot lady, right? She's supposed to be that. And if she bends the knee to Trump, right? That type of, we'll see. We'll see who in MAGA will go along with it and who will fight back in Congress. Solid graphic. Here's the Iranian nuclear facilities. We can keep that up too. Hey Andrew, be glad to be a mod if you want. No, we have some solid mods. We have solid mods on. We're good. We keep some of them around because they help the feed up, and like the more they chat and screech, the more people tune in. YouTube will show it to more people potentially, and then we'll get solid, amazing community members like we've grown in the past week or so. Between the protests and this war. Also, guys, we're going to have news all week about this, so make sure you're subscribed. Notification bell. I might not even take tomorrow off now because of this. Sundays are usually my chill days. Looks like we're going to be tuned into what's all going on out here. We got a press conference coming up in 40 minutes from Donald Trump, apparently. Iranian State TV. Every American citizen or military in the region is now a target. Okay. S-300s, huh? Jason Crow. I'm seeking more information about the strikes against Iran, but here's what we do know. Trump broke a promise to prevent America from entering new conflicts. 2. Trump has, once again, exceeded his authority. 3. Congress must act now and reclaim constitutional power over America's use of military force. Thank you, Peaceful Sleepers, for the gifted. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Mudahar, how do you ask for peace after dropping bombs? It's the audacity for this. It's the audacity. That's why this is going to go bad. After the U.S. bombs their sites. All right, now we do peace. Peace now. We'll see if it works out like that, I guess, huh? I hope for the best. I hope this doesn't drag us into a decades-long conflict. Oh, you lot when you lose Antonio Brown? Dang, not AB. Damn, you guys lost AB today, I guess, if you're MAGA still. Thank you, Fly New York, for the gifted. Appreciate that. Meanwhile, in Texas, the Governor Abbott signed a bill requiring the 10 Commandments to be displayed in classrooms. What the hell? Okay, good. Of course, Mila Joy. So is this the video from Mila Joy, who is an absolute garbage account? That's not Fordo. Heavy Israeli bombing of Syria's port city of Tartus. So it's from Syria's port city. If you see this video getting posted, that's not Fordo. W fact check. People will do this. It's either this, of videos that are not even relevant, or Arma video. Neither of these videos are associated with the United States strikes in Iran tonight. Video on the left is days old. Video on the right is from Syria, from Funker 530. So neither, if you've been seeing these clips, which I showed one image of it, and it's not valid, but these videos are not of the strikes today, if you see either one of these, okay? People are like, Mila Joy and others will do this, and then they'll get a shitload of money for this, obviously. The Trump doctrine should be very crystal clear to the Iranian extremist leaders. He says what he means. Oh, boy.
After American B-2 bombers just took out 3 of Iran's top nuclear sites. The Trump doctrine should be very crystal clear to the Iranian extremist leaders. This president is not playing games. He says exactly what he means. After American B.
Fox News crafting the narrative before our eyes. Bombs country. Now is the literally. I'm glad I was the only one that saw that part too at the end. That's why, like, when you're like, hey, what's going to happen? We'll see how Iran responds. I guess. I gave you the possibilities, which, again, could be strikes on our bases, strikes at Israel directly, which have been happening already, or nothing. And nothing happens. And it stays this way, which, at this point, now that the strikes have already happened, would probably be the most optimal situation, right? Where Iran's proxies are weakened, they can't respond. But I think that'd be more hopium than anything. They're likely going to respond to our bases and attack soldiers at bases in Iraq, Jordan. The United States is now briefing troops that the strike in Iran is expected to trigger counterattacks on the bases. Yep. That is likely, like, if anything's going to happen, it'll be that mixed with Operation... what were they calling it? I don't want to scroll that. Iran Operation True Promise 3 or whatever it's called that Iran's calling it. The strikes back on Israel. So they still have a few more sites. We hit 3 of them. We hit Esfahani, Fordo. Let me use this one here. Move this over. So we hit this one. Why is this ridiculously big? We hit this one. And then we hit this one. Okay, so you can see the other facilities that Iran still has for possible strikes if that continues, or where their nukes are still being developed, allegedly. And that's their sites, okay? But again, those are the 3 sites that I've highlighted for you right in the center of the map, showing the nuclear enrichment facilities in Iran. Let's go to the live updates here. Some members of Congress notified ahead of U.S. strikes on Iran, sources say. Multiple members of Congress notified ahead of U.S. strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities, sources familiar with the matter told CNN. Some members of the 8-person Senate Intelligence Committee have access to classified national security information, were also notified, sources said. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was among the members briefed. GOP Representative Rick Crawford, who chairs the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, said he was in touch with the White House ahead of the attack. Residents of the city near Fordo plant heard explosions, Iranian state media reports. Residents of Qom, I'm probably saying that wrong, a city of 87 miles south of Tehran, heard several explosions outside their city, according to Iranian state media outlet Fars News. U.S. B-2 bombers involved. What are B-2 bombers, you ask? I'll show you.
Well, as Israel and Iran continue to exchange strikes and the Trump administration weighs its
This is the one, the flying Dorito.
options, there's one resource drawing some attention.
Spirit bomber.
The B-2 Spirit bomber.
This is what was, we'll find out again for sure if this was for sure used, but it was likely what was used.
A so-called bunker buster bomb capable of penetrating 200 feet inside a target. The B-2s are primarily located at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. And that's where we find CBS News correspondent Ian Lee. Ian, tell us a little bit more about this very impressive instrument, the B-2 bomber.
Hold on, let's just find not on the news. B-2 Spirit bombers.
This machine It's a huge machine. This only belongs to the US. It's called the B-2 Stealth Bomber. It is a bomber. It's called the B-2 Stealth Bomber, a huge machine. Look at the entire design. And this only and only is what the US has, the United States of America. You need this in case you need to hit at Fordo. But what is special about this? Now, this is America's deadliest bomber, one of the most powerful machines that it has. What it can do, we will keep changing this to get you more updates on this. Now, there is a reduced radar signature again there to ensure that it is not captured in the enemy's radar. Because remember, if the enemy's radars are able to capture this, it can be shot down. And that is the reason why it has a lot of modifications on its body. How will it move? Now, this is the GBU-5 bomb that, again, we have discussed here on Newsnight. You will see the stealth bomber that is configured strongly enough for you to ensure that this drops from here. And this is when it drops this particular warhead. And this is the bunker buster bomb that we are speaking about.
GBU-57. The bomber. Massive ordnance penetrator. 30,000 pound, 13,600 kilogram class precision guided bunker buster bomb. Developed for the United States Air Force. It's the only thing we have. We have it. No other country has a B-2 stealth bomber like this. Good explanation from her on her side. She did well. Here you go. When was this video recorded? Okay, so that's a file video of the bomber. Here's the insane engineering of the B-2 bomber.
In the dead of night, a whisper slices.
Is this an AI voice? Sounds like an AI voice. Never mind.
The B-2 stealth bomber is probably one of the most iconic planes to have ever been built. Its sleek flying wing design makes it practically invisible to radar and incredibly fuel efficient, allowing it to penetrate even the most sophisticated of enemy defenses. But how did this incredible aircraft come into existence, and what technological advancements made it possible? The rise of stealth aircraft can be tracked back to World War I, when the Germans attempted to use transparent canvas to make their planes difficult to spot. That plan backfired, as the glossy canvas made the aircraft even more visible in sunlight. The demand for stealth aircraft, as we think of them today, rose with the advancement of practical radar technology in the 1930s. The technology formed the backbone of Britain's early warning system during the Battle of Britain, saving uncountable lives from German bombing runs. Let's see how the technology works. Radar works by sending short pulses of electromagnetic energy in the form of radio waves outwards. The antenna then switches to receiver mode and waits to detect the reflections of these radio waves off distant objects. The radar now receives a blip on the screen called a radar cross-section, and its size changes with the magnitude of radio waves returning to the antenna. The radar cross-section is a measure of how detectable an object is with radar. The size of the object is just one factor, which can be mitigated with clever engineering. The B-2 has a 52-meter wingspan, yet it has been reported to have the same radar cross-section as a large bird. So how does the B-2 manage to achieve this incredible feat?
Whoa.
The core concept behind the B-2 is reflection. It was designed to reflect the radio waves away from the source, so that they never get the chance to be detected. What is amazing is that every surface of the B-2 has been designed with this in mind. The aircraft was designed with the aid of computational models and a supercomputer, which resulted in an incredibly complex curved shape. This technology was not available during the development of the F-117 Nighthawk, resulting in its much simpler faceted flat panels. The B-2's radar cross-section is further reduced by its streamlined flying wing design, with its highly reflective engines embedded within the aircraft, where radar cannot see it. Even the engine's air intakes and exhaust vents are located on top of the plane to ensure they cannot be detected by ground-based devices.
Okay, so pretty high-tech plane there. B-2 Spirit bomber. Likely what was used in the strikes. You got your Hakeem Jeffries just posted here in the last 3 minutes as they're waiting for the Trump press conference to begin, and now less than a half hour apparently. So you got Democratic Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries in the House. Donald Trump promised to bring peace to the Middle East. He has failed to deliver on that promise. The risk of war has now dramatically increased, and I pray for the safety of our troops in the region who have been put in harm's way. President Trump misled the country about his intentions, failed to seek congressional authorization for the use of military force, and risks American entanglement in a potentially disastrous war in the Middle East. First, the Trump administration bears the heavy burden of explaining to the American people why this military action was undertaken. Second, Congress must be fully and immediately briefed in a classified setting. Third, Donald Trump should cooperate, let me read that again. Third, Donald Trump shoulders complete and total responsibility for any adverse consequences that flow from his unilateral military action. And that is the latest from Akeem Jeffries. All right, let's go through the latest updates that are coming in. That's the NASA firm's map on Fordo. A commenter on Iranian state television said that every American citizen or military personnel in the region is now considered a legitimate target. We read that a little earlier already. We saw that on the other update. Nancy Mace just texted POTUS to congratulate him. Greatest president in American history. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Says Nancy Mace. Wow. House Ranking Member Jim Hines on military action in the Middle East. Donald Trump's decision to launch direct military action against Iran without congressional approval is a clear violation of the Constitution, which grants the power to declare war explicitly to Congress. It is impossible to know at this stage whether this operation accomplished its objectives. We also don't know if this will lead to further escalation in the region, attacks against our forces, events that could easily pull us even deeper into war in the Middle East. I am continuing to closely monitor the situation and demand answers from the administration. And that is what we are all doing here today, chat. We are monitoring the situation as this is all playing out. Do we know where he's going to be doing his press conference? Probably on his YouTube channel. Mike Lee. Today, the Iranian nuclear program was wiped out. Please, so like when it's not wiped out and there's still nukes in Iran, like what is the cope going to be? That's what I want to know, you guys. I'm reading what they're saying, but right now it's like, hey, sorry, there's still more nukes. They're saying right now that it's been completely wiped out. All gone. Charlie Kirk. It's going unnoticed because so much other news is happening, but the war drums are... Oh, that's from... Those are two Charlie Kirk's posts. They're hypocrites. They're just hypocrites. They're grifters. They will say whatever they need to at the time. Not like stick on a moral point. A moral high. There's no morality. It's like whatever will get me the most social media interaction. Senate Foreign Relations Committee Chair Jim Rich. There will not be American boots in the ground in Iran. What do you guys think? Maybe we should do a new poll. Do you think there will be boots on the ground in Iran? I don't think there will be. Okay, so a lot of misinformation going around on X, of course, with videos. So we're being pretty careful on videos. Oof. What a meme. It's a spirit bomber, guys. You just saw the video about it. I don't think there will be boots on the ground, though. Like, I'm not going to hype it and get you guys scared. I'm being real. I don't think there will be boots in the ground. But also, the president will clearly change his mind in a moment's notice. And also, who knows what Iran's response will be. I don't know if they're like, I could envision Iran striking U.S. bases. And like there's images of like U.S. soldiers getting just blown up. And that gets pumped into like Fox News, for example. Or certain CNN programs, it seems. And like they just play those images and like they really try to pander to like American feelings, like, oh, look at what's happening to our soldiers, and then try to muster up support for U.S. war that way. Because I really think it would be a massive L if we do ground troops into Iran. There were never any B-2s even heading to Guam. Air defense site at Fordo is a smoking crater. Mike Pence, President Trump made the right call to deploy American forces. Oh my God. He should be commended for his decisive leadership. Mike Pence, they wanted to hang you, remember? Remember when you were the vice president and they wanted to hang you? My goodness, bro. My goodness. Iran should stand down. Abandon any thought of retaliation. I bet you will become a cry bully at some point out of it, right? We'll become that, I guess, just like Israel. Wow. So Mike Pence just put that out 8 minutes ago. What if Iran does have a nuke and they just send it? Yeah, what if? Man, what if? What if Russia does? Man, what if, huh? We about what the heck? There will be like nothing. There will be like, this is not going to be a World War III here. This is going to be like if the U.S. is going to get dragged into go fight Iran's proxies. The difference is these are strikes directly on Iran and not their proxies. So the Iranian military could actually get involved, and they got a big military. So it could be conventional war, but it's really tough to see how this is all going to play out here. Because we've gone down this road before, and we've seen how it's played out. There's the B-2 bomber again.
You take a model man.
Jeez. The American public is overwhelmingly opposed to the U.S. waging war on Iran, and the Israeli foreign minister admitted yesterday that Israeli bombing had set the Iranian nuclear program back at least 2 or 3 years. So what made Trump recklessly decide to rush and bomb today? Horrible judgment. I will push for all senators to vote on whether they are for this third idiotic Middle Eastern war. Mark Levin. So you can see who's banging war drums and who's not out here.
You're looking at a historic figure. Shouldn't we have a little faith in this man? We have a lot of faith in this man. Shouldn't we have a little faith in the United States military? We just kicked their ass.
Of course. This is what Roseanne voted for. Roseanne voted for it. So it turns out Trump's a weekend strike kind of guy. Baghdadi was killed on a Saturday. Khatib Hezbollah Sunday. Soleimani was a Friday. And Iranian nuclear sites are Saturday. It's because he's a he needs attention, and he doesn't. Saturday people are busy and like do other things, and so he needs people to not be busy and focus on him and what he's doing. Don't you guys like peaceful Saturdays? Well, say goodbye. Hey, do you like enjoying your Saturday summer days? Oh my God, bro. Listen to this. Who was around when Reagan got the wall down? I wasn't.
They shot 30 Tomahawk missiles. That is, this mission was never going to fail under this commander-in-chief. This is historic. He is historic. United States military is historic. This is a big damn day. This is just like Reagan in front of the gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Is that what it's like, Mark Levin? Guys, it's like when the Soviet Union collapsed. Just like that. It's like that. Holy shit. Peace now. AOC just posted a minute ago, the president's disastrous decision to bomb Iran without authorization is a grave violation of the Constitution and congressional war powers. He has impulsively risked launching a war that may ensnare us for generations. I don't know. Maybe you could get an impeachment out of the House if there's enough MAGAs that are on Thomas Massey's side of this. If there's enough MAGA Republicans, and they'd have to do a coalition of MAGAs and non-MAGAs that are against any war, and they'd have to side with Democrats, but that would be a fat political L for them, obviously. So they probably won't. But it could happen if Trump gets us involved in a war. You could have a Republican majority House and have MAGAs that are like Thomas Massey and non-MAGA Republicans to vote for impeachment if this goes through. That would be wild. Fordo's gone bullshit video, as we've learned now. Bullshit video. There's always a meme. You like AOC, but that was a fail? What did she fail with? What was the fail? Did I miss it? What was wrong with it? Did I read something wrong? You're such a effing PA piece of sh. You can't, well, your spelling isn't the best, but there are definitely people that aren't just beyond liberals here. Any point of impeachment if nothing happens after? It could if both the House and the Senate have to impeach. The reason why he wasn't the first term is because the Democrats had control of the House, but not the Senate. And it got through the House, and it was impeached in the House, but then it got to the Senate and Republican majority, and they shut it down. Yes. I unfollowed this account a long time ago. DC Metro Police Department made a statement. The Metropolitan Police Department is closely monitoring the events in Iran. We are actively coordinating with our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners to share information and monitor intelligence in order to help safeguard residents, businesses, and visitors in the District of Columbia. At this time, there is no known threats to the district. However, MPD has maintained an increased presence at religious institutions across the city. We continue to urge the public and remain vigilant and help keep our community safe. If you see something, say something. Sponsored by Coinbase and Palantir. Oh boy. Statement from Netanyahu.
Congratulations, President Trump.
Jesus, dude.
Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith. Congratulations.
Israel first, I guess, huh? I just posted that. Not an old video. I wouldn't play an old video of Netanyahu out of nowhere. She just posted that one. United States threatens second strike on Iran. We might be having more strikes coming in, I guess. DEFCON warning system, 40 minutes late. What's the DEFCON? What DEFCON are we at? The United States warns of a second strike on Iran. Tensions in the Middle East are escalating. Oh, boy.
America, don't you feel relief? Of course you feel relief.
Do you? Do you? Unless you're, like, listen. Unless the only people that might feel relieved is if, like, you spend your entire day, like, focused on Iranian proxies, or if you live in Israel, or if you, like, are an Israel influencer or, like, grifter. What the hell does this do for Americans, actually? As our benefits are being literally taken. Things are not cheaper. Nothing is improving for us. And this, I don't know how you can say this helps America. Like, this does absolutely nothing for us. Other than now our soldiers are likely going to get in harm's way, like they have been.
Because these Islamo-Nazis were building nuclear weapons to attack us too, with intercontinental ballistic missiles. Guess what? You can go to bed peacefully tonight. Know that?
You can go to bed peacefully now, guys.
That's not going to happen.
Do you know what? I was going to go to bed peacefully tonight after we finished playing Broken Arrow and Repo on stream on my gaming channel. And I was going to go to bed after that. Now I'm not going to bed, probably.
That's not going to happen. Not because of Obama, not because of Biden, not because of the Democrats, not because of some Republicans, because of Donald Trump.
That's psychotic. Like clockwork. So, first STEM leader statement I've seen. Yeah, we saw that minutes ago, Jake. Daytime in Tel Aviv. It's coming. Question, is Iran going to try and bomb us now? No. No. It'll be, unless you, us as in like our soldiers in Iraq, probably. In Jordan, they're gonna see drone swarms, and you probably will have some of them die. But in terms of like our citizens here at home, no. Okay, so we have the. Is there gonna be a better feed? This is gonna be a terrible feed for audio. Thank you for staying up and keeping us informed, of course. Guys, best thing you can do is like the video, share the stream. Like the video, share the stream, as we got 8 minutes. Apparently he's going to give an address to the nation on the strikes in Iran. Are you going to play Broken Arrow? If World War III doesn't start here, and yeah, I would love to. I would love to just hang out and just kind of hang out, but it doesn't seem like a time for that here, along with everybody else. Every news channel is carrying the press conference. Okay. Yep. I'm going to try to find one that doesn't have news shit over it, though. Here you go. It's at the White House. It'll be louder on this. So we got it here. We will begin shortly. The U.S. never issued a DEFCON 1. Okay. You worried about sleeper cell attacks here? Could be valid. Could be. Everybody check in. Welcome to everybody that's new. If you're watching on Twitch, welcome. We are live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. We got 7 minutes until the presidential address after the strikes in Iran. Let me reshare the... I don't know if I shared out the Facebook stream again, the new one. Yeah, I haven't shared out the new one yet. Article 5 is not applicable. We are not attacked. Yeah, if you're asking about Article 5, that's not going to fall into a play here. Nobel Peace Prize incoming for what? BB speaking in Al Jazeera. We just finished watching BB. We heard enough. We just saw what he had to say. I know Al Jazeera is live in their news station, but I can't just restream their news station like while it's live. Yeah, we'll have to have a safety meeting here. Try to 420 friendly audience. Who's been with us? Hey, check in. What news story did you start watching Mercado Media on? How about that? I know we got a lot of you guys over the past week and a half with the protests, and that will continue to grow. People that started tuning in after Russia invaded Ukraine. A lot of you guys started in 2020 with the riots in Minneapolis. A lot of you guys started watching during the wildfires. Been a while, so if you've been tuning in, we'll try to give you guys as much information as possible as we go here. As much live information as we can. That's the focus of the channel, is information that happens now, so you guys can get the information now. Sometimes it might not happen now, though, and we have to wait. Sometimes. Well, we're on time for this, so in 5 minutes we got press conference. Close some of our tabs here. Keep that open. That's good. That's good. That's good. We'll close this now. That's pointless. Flight radar. Let's check flight radar while we're waiting here. What's this? Oh, Iraqi Airways. That's cool. Thank you, Alms, for the 5 gifteds. Jordan, you got Royal. Okay, so you just have a couple commercial airliners in the area. Nothing else right now. Thank you, Alms, for the big support there. Thank you guys for all the support on Mercado Media. We also have a great community. We're almost at 12,000 renegades in the Facebook community group. That's amazing. Massive Facebook community. Watching the game before the riots. Wow. We'll likely have anti-war protests, you guys. There will be, obviously, ICE protests are going to continue. We'll have just the general anti-Trump protests that are happening every month now, like the No Kings one. There's a No Kings protest planned for July 4th. That's going to be happening nationwide. I'll make sure you guys get as much info as possible. I already let my stream know last week that, I'm going to be spending my 4th of July with my grandfather. This might be one of his last years. He's getting older and health is deteriorating pretty bad. So I know that there's going to be protests, but he's president until 2028. So yeah, unfortunately, 2 more 4th of Julys after this year? 3 more. There'll likely be another No Kings protest next year. And I'll make the August protest. There'll be an August protest. So I'll be gone. I'll be streaming up there though. Some fun 4th of July stuff. Try to well, usually my channel I'm giving you guys news like this, but at least for a few days my channel will be hanging out up north in Minnesota. And then I'll be back on the 6th. It'll be multiple days. I mean, I'm driving my grandpa up. It's like 4 hours north of the cities here. We're going up to the lake for the 4th. Yeah, we'll do fishing. We'll be on the boat. Camp, probably fires, 420s. My grandpa likes to hang out and just watch movies, so we'll do that too at night. But my aunt has a big house up there, so there's a lot of extra rooms, and we stay up there. So I have a place to stay. So my grandpa and I will stay with my cousins, and it'll be a bigger event. Plus I've missed a lot of family holidays over the years anyway, so between the military and then doing this with you guys now, it's just a lot of, a lot of stuff, time missed. It is what it is. So press conference supposed to begin in a minute. Get my 420 ready here. Don't start drinking again. Don't pick up old habits because of this. Go to protests instead. That'll give you a natural adrenaline high. There you go. Don't start drinking and do that shit if you had a problem. If you want to do something, go to protests. Or do 420, but be careful though if that you can't control it. Yeah, he's usually late. He's usually late. You guys aren't wrong. Fetterman's a lost cause. Yeah, what are you guys' take on Fetterman? How do you feel about that? What a disappointment, huh? Has Trump lowered the cost of eggs? I followed that account right away. No. Okay, Adam, what is that? Okay. Probably. Because we went into Iraq and they're allied with Iraq. They're allied with Saddam Hussein. We went in there to find weapons of mass destruction. Like that, if that really drives you, I guess my brain just works a little differently. Like, not just saying the same thing when I hear death to America. Like, that is a meme. It's not like something that can happen. It can, and if the foundation of our country falls, actually, you know what? If America falls, it will be from within, you guys. It'll be from our own people. It won't happen from rocket attacks. We spend ungodly amount of money on defense. We're not going to get attacked. It'll come from within. Because the foundation of things that protect us are being the people that care actually are being replaced with grifters and people that care about money instead of actual like security. And so the longer that this goes on with atrophy of people that care about the foundation of the United States and what does keep us safe actually, then maybe down the line, yeah, if this continues, then rocket attacks could be possible in our country, but I'm not worried about that in terms of like a retaliation of missiles and ballistic missiles to the United States. Here it is. Here it comes. Let me turn off the other audio. Turn it up. Here we go.
Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu.
Bibi.
We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before.
We know.
And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel.
Jesus.
I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. Oh, my God. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel. And God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow. Well, there it was. Do you want to shout out God? Shout out the homie. And I guess there's an 8 a.m. press conference on a Sunday. 8 a.m. press conference, you guys. Wow. There it was. No one has, we've never seen strikes before. You've never seen precision strikes ever. This never happened until today, I guess. Wow. There it was. At least it was short. Positives. At least it wasn't an hour long. Could have been. Bro. So, chat. Coffee in the morning, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. press conference, my time. That is ungodly. So if you're on the West Coast, that's fuck, dude. On a Sunday. Doesn't he care about his evangelical God audience? That they're doing this to support Israel because God and all that? I guess Sunday church doesn't matter. Well, they do that because they know that their audience is going to tune. Oh! They know that they won't. They'll be at church. They ain't gonna watch. We will. I ain't going to church. Fucking. Okay. Watch footage earlier shows a strike on Iran's nuclear facility. I'm worried about showing anything. Ishafan. 9 minutes ago. Oops. Yeah, left coast is 0500. Okay, allegedly video from Ishafan facility. Again, I'm going to say allegedly because it's going to be tough to verify videos coming in. Again, we saw Netanyahu's response. Republican gets elected. America enters in a war in the Middle East. Oh, the Libertarian Party is going after him. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. The Ayatollah's DMs are open? Didn't know. President Trump in the Situation Room? What the heck? Tariff Man and Couch Boy. Does he take that hat off? My goodness, dude. We want to congratulate Netanyahu. Anybody that tells you that these strikes and like this is good for the American people, they're lying to you. This is for Israel and Netanyahu's territorial expansion they want to do. The pro-peace ticket. Trump basically said mission accomplished in Iran. The pro-peace ticket, you guys. Holy. I just want to say we love you, God.
In particular, God, I want to just say,
dear God, I just want to let you know we did this for you. Here's some more pictures from the decision from the whatever. I'm a little flabbergasted still too, because it's like, what is going to happen? What's going to happen from this now? Like, we struck Iran. What is the response going to be? We're not going to find out any further information until 7 in the morning tomorrow on a Sunday. No breaks. No days off here, it seems. Gotta lock in. We'll be on my other channel, but like every day we'll be live with news now. Another war, U.S. war. Seems. Holy cow. Here's a photo from the... Oh, boy. You think he'll be golfing while Pete Hegseth gets grilled in a press conference? So this is while the strikes are being carried out? He's in there with his hat on. Photos released by the White House showing U.S. President Donald Trump and other senior officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State and National Security Advisor Marco Rubio, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Dan Kane in the Situation Room tonight's series of strikes against nuclear facilities inside of Iran. Yep, I'll retweet those. The photos are coming in. Situation Room. Iran's Atomic Energy Organization says it will not halt its nuclear program following the U.S. attack, calling the strikes a blatant violation of international law. Uno reverse. Uno reverse. How many of you guys think there will be more strikes? I think there will be more. We're not going to stop at just this. You guys can see all the other nuclear sites, or did I have them? Did I lose them now? There'll likely be more. Oh, I think Preston Stewart shared it. There you go. Yeah, look at how many more facilities there are. And even Trump said that there's more they can do. There's this Israel Live here. Sorry, too quiet. There's Tel Aviv. Put a flight radar. Jordan flight. Nothing else there. George Santos, forever my president. Why is he not? Why is George Santos not in prison? What is he doing not in prison? Okay, we already got the Situation Room photos. Yeah, this is what we're waiting for. Battle damage assessment images, or like afterwards. It's tough with video. Obviously, we've seen misinformation, false videos being shared out. Not a Trump. Why is that what makes that a great statement? I want to thank everybody, and in particular God. Why is that a great statement? If you're like a Christian and you believe in God, why would that be good? Okay. Yeah, we gotta be up early. To get a press conference, Sunday stream, Sunday info conference. Oh boy, you can hear birds. Yeah, it's in the Tel Aviv feed. It's morning in Tel Aviv. Have that in the background for when we see Iranian strikes come in. Likely footage of, okay, so likely footage. Oh, it's geo-confirmed. Okay. I trust OSINT Technical. Mitchell Ulrich, geo-confirmed. Strikes on Isfahan nuclear research facility in Iran. Okay, so this video's been confirmed of Isfahan. And some of the U.S. strikes earlier. This is one of the 3 facilities that was hit. Is this Trump's way to get better poll numbers? What a gambit, huh? what a masterful gambit it would be. Checking in. Good to see you, Real Talk. Okay, so that is video. There's a still image. Also showing the geolocated images that it's in Iran. Likely footage. So this is likely the Tomahawk from the submarine. Trump said submarines were used. Gonna step away and get some gadgets in the car before prices skyrocket. Good idea, Greg. Again, if you missed it, if you just started tuning in, here it is one more time. It was literally like a minute statement, wasn't
Perhaps
it?
the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
Three Stooges behind him. The man looks like a ghoul. And you notice he was getting made fun of for his neck pussy. So he loosened up his collar. There will be either peace or tragedy for Iran. Probably the most important map right now. Roughly 3 dozen large oil tankers are making their way through the Strait of Hormuz. 3 oil tankers. That's not far though. The United States Air Force B-2 Spirit stealth bombers reportedly dropped 6 30K-pound GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators on Iran's Fordo nuclear enrichment facility tonight. 30K-pound GBU-57 MOPS. I admittedly don't know my bombs and missiles that well. I was in logistics in the Army. We didn't have missiles and bombs. We are currently good on OPSEC. Good. Anybody find out? Some of you guys are in Pete Hegseth's group chat. That's how you guys found out about everything, huh? You guys are getting the alerts from the Hegseth group chat. That's what's going on. Now, I kept asking how you guys getting all this information ahead of time, and you're telling me all these apps, so really you guys are in the mainframe. There's an idea of like a Tomahawk cruise missile from submarine. 3D BGM-109 Tomahawk land attack missiles at Natanz, Isfahan, and Isfahan and Natanz. Fordo likely had the B2, maybe. If we get confirmation of that, right now we just have the Tomahawks. You were gone for 2 days, wink, wink. Have you heard of the pizza metric? The busier the pizza places around the Pentagon, the more likely we have a war. Really? Are they pretty busy right now? He left the group chat twice and kept getting re-invited. Dang it. I gotta be up and ready at like 2, 3 in the morning to get sent to Pete Hegseth's group chat. I gotta be in there. All right, y'all. Well, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night after this one. Sleep well. No, we got information tomorrow at 7, I guess, on a Sunday. So I don't have anything further for groundbreaking information for you, other than all the takes and analysis that we've looked at already. I'll be on my gaming channel though. So if you guys want to come over and hang out, now we'll go play games after we had derailed a little bit. But honestly, it doesn't seem like we're going to have any further information until tomorrow morning. And then we'll just be live all day tomorrow. So whoever will be up, you guys, whoever's awake, make sure you subscribe, follow the Twitch, come over to my gaming channel and hang out. We're going to be playing Broken Arrow and Repo. Repo later, about midnight. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun thing to try to take your mind off of it for a little bit. But tomorrow morning, bright and early. I can't be up all night now. We'll probably be up until like 2 and then go to bed and wake up. Take a nap. Take a freaking nap and then wake back up. Oh, don't go watch Tim Pool. Come watch our gaming stream instead. But that's so late. It's not that late. All right. See you guys again. Subscribe. You guys are great. Thank you for everybody. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to everybody for supporting. Come check out Mercado Gaming. And here we go. U.S. is at war with Iran. That's where we're at now. Saturday, June 21st, 2025. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.